left me to go be with a bottle girl. But I'm a pharmacist. But I make 6 figures. Oh, okay. Okay, guys, so it is story time. Hi, guys. I had to make sure that I'm nice and comfortable to tell this story, and you guys get to see my beautiful flowers. It's not even Valentine's Day yet, and I just got my flowers. So, a little bit about what's going on right now. I have a new boo thing, and we have been talking since May of 2024, and this was right when I graduated from pharmacy school. And I told him, you know, like, not thinking nothing of it, like, I'm just going to be moving to Washington DC, and then, you know, like, everyone kept telling me I'm gonna find my husband in DC, so my mind was not on this guy. This guy stayed consistent, okay, completely consistent. Very consistent. He even flew down to DC to see me, and I came home for his birthday in September. Then I went home for my birthday in September, and he completely outdid himself. Mind you guys, we're still just in the talking stages. And we still are in the talking stages right now. Although we act like we go together, this man has come into my life and showed me what a real man is. He takes care of me. He takes the masculinity out of me. I can just be a complete princess. He pays for my flights to come home. He sends me money for food. He pays to get my hair and my nails done. Like, anything I need, he's there. Not only that, like, we just started this, but we have like weekly meetings with each other to keep each other accountable. Like, y'all, I'm gonna go into that in a whole nother video, but that's not what this video really is about. But I do want to touch on the fact that I have been through a lot of things when it comes to men. And again, I'm a firm believer in God, in what's for you will be for you, and when it will not pass you by. And I'm praying over this, you know, which is why you guys won't know who this person is until I am actually married. But he's just so thoughtful. Like, no one has ever done this. First of all, we're doing long distance. He even said himself, he was like, I've never thought to do long distance. He was like, that was always out of the question for me. And I said the same thing, that was always out of the question. But the fact that, like, we have grown so much stronger together, like, we're crazy about each other. So the fact that it's not even Valentine's Day either, it's 2 days before Valentine's Day. And then I got a text message like 2 days ago, and it said you should be expecting a delivery, and it was from Uber. And I was like, I don't even have Uber, I'm banned from Uber. And then we were on the phone, and he was like, just click the link, I'm like, just look at it. And I got to pick the delivery of when I wanted it, but it kind of told me what I was getting. He was like, dang, it wasn't supposed to tell you. So I got my flowers, and I love flowers. Like, I used to hate flowers, but I don't know, I'm just so happy, you guys. Like, I cannot stop smiling. He's just so thoughtful. And you would think, like, some things would be common sense, some things would be simple when it comes to a woman, and it's just not. So I'm happy about that. But a little bit about my history. And so if you have been following me for a while on my social media, you guys know that I was in a relationship for 5 years, you guys. 5 years, okay? You couldn't tell me nothing about that relationship. I just knew that I was going to marry that person. I just knew that I was going to have kids with that person. I had already had like my life set up with this person. Like, our families in a sense was kind of meshed together. Like, you couldn't tell me nothing. And I should have paid attention to it over the years, the signs, and I just thought love would always win. And that's not the case. So when I say this person broke me in so many ways, because he's seen how other men broke me and told me that he would never do the same thing. The man did the exact same thing. This man was living a double life, okay? He was playing basketball, quote unquote, overseas. Can't even really play, but I was just, you know, being the good girlfriend, whatever. And I can't even remember. It was around like January, I think, of 2023 or 2022. I'm so bad right now, but it was January, where he said that he was having these mental health problems. And again, I'm being such a caring girlfriend, worried about him. He said he needs to go on a basketball retreat where there would be no phones. Me being in La La Land, I'm like, okay, sure, whatever. And my sister told me, like, here, that doesn't even sound right. My dad plays basketball too. He was like, I've never heard of that. That doesn't even sound right. But I'm just like, whatever, okay, it doesn't matter. February, he told me he had to go overseas to sign a contract. Didn't really hear from him, and it was around Valentine's Day. It didn't click. I'm just like, oh, you know, he handling business. Finally, he's handling business, because this entire time he has not been handling any business. So again, didn't cross my mind. It was in March where I just felt completely distant from him. He wasn't stepping up as a man. He never stood up as a man, a boy. And I knew these things, but I thought that I could build a man. I thought I could teach a person how to be a man. Ladies, never, ever. You can never train a boy. You can never train a man. Don't ever think that way. I learned my lesson. And so it was around the March time, things was just off, and I started to become very disgusted with him. It just wasn't the same. So I broke it off with him. This man was on his hands and his knees begging that I do not break up with him. And I was like, when you get your stuff together, we'll get back together. In my mindset, I'm thinking we're gonna get back together. He just has to get himself together, not knowing the things that I'm about to tell you. So along the lines of April, May, June, we are, you know, still talking every here or there. And with the mindset, my mindset is maybe, you know, we'll get back together. I do admit, like, I was completely in love with him. I can't shame away from that. But what really took place, and the reason why things became so distant, is that this man was cheating during the January, February, March time, and even before then. So in January, when I thought he was going on a basketball retreat, a mental health retreat, this man was in Texas staying with the girl, which is why he had no phone access, but he was able to email me. And then in February, again, where I was in La La Land, and I thought that he was really overseas. You know, he's a smart, intelligent man. I will say that. When it comes to the stories and the stuff, you know, I was in La La Land. When it came to February, he was back in Texas with the girl again. And so the fact that in March he was on his hands and knees begging for the relationship, he already asked the girl in February to be his girlfriend. Again, I didn't know these things. I found out these things in June when it was his birthday, and I wished him a happy birthday. And I saw some posts, I saw some clothes I have never seen before, you guys. I'm like, I know this man. What is going on? And the worst part is that this man struggled with money. And so me being me, the loving woman that I am, the heartfelt person that I am, I gave him some money, a lot of money. He went out the country with this woman, with my money. And so when I FaceTimed him for his birthday, the communication was terrible. But again, we're not together, so it is what it is. And he was actually at the girl's place, but he said he was going on another basketball retreat out the country. And at that point, nothing really made sense. And then that's when I found out from the female that they had been talking for a long time, and they had been dating since February of that year. And I was just completely starstruck, you guys. I mean, broken. Even like the thought of it and the feelings right now, like it just all comes rushing back of how could you do someone the way that you did? I was nothing but a good woman. The fact that you've seen other men do me so wrong and cheat on me, and I've explained these things to you, you've seen it, and you still do the same thing. He cheated multiple times, so that's my wrong. But you go this low as to lie about going overseas, lying about mental health basketball retreats, lying about not to have access to your phone, just to be cheating on me, and then come around and say, oh, I never did anything. Now to this day, I still never received my money. I never received an apology, never reached out, and I'm not surprised. And what I like to say is to the females is, how you get them is how you will lose them. And so I used to think like, just why me? Why out of all the things I did for that man? I could talk all day about the things that I did for that man. I had that man back. My bad. It's not man. I had that boy back. I did everything under the sun. I was the masculine one. If you want to be honest, I'm the one that was the breadwinner. I'm the one that was in pharmacy school, going to school, working at the bar, making the money that I could, trying to figure out how we can get an apartment, gave him money for his car. Now, don't get me wrong, there were some times where he gave me some gifts here or there, but that really doesn't amount to half of the stuff that I did as a woman. And this goes to show me that no matter how much you give, how much you do for a man, you never love a man more than yourself. And I will say, in that relationship, I love that boy more than I love myself. And so from this, I definitely got closer to God, realizing that this had to happen for me to get to my husband. And so I thought that he was the world. I thought he was my world, but that guy was not. It was for a season. It was for a reason. I learned so much from that relationship. And especially when it comes to being in a relationship, I can't dictate everything. That's not my job as a woman. A man is a provider. A man takes care of the family and the home. That man is supposed to be my best friend. We're supposed to work everything out. And so this new person that I am talking to is doing everything that I've ever wanted in a man. And I feel that I've truly prayed for this man. So the betrayal that I got, I never in a million years deserved that. No woman deserves that. I wouldn't wish that type of heartbreak and pain on anyone. And I always said, like, I would just keep this to myself. It's not for people to know my business, but it just takes that one day where you just say, I really don't care. Completely over it. I'm really happy with where I am in my life. I've lived in Miami, DC. I'm in North Carolina. I have my first apartment. I don't have any kids right now. I am just enjoying life, and it is what it is. So, some advice and lessons when it comes to a woman. You know the signs and you see the signs. Do not ignore the signs. When it comes to being with men, be very mindful of all of the things that you are doing. In a relationship, people say 50-50. At times it can be 30-70, 70-30. But as women, we bring so much value to a relationship. Like we are the nurturing ones. And so never try to overstep a man. Never try to be that masculine person where you're handling everything. That is not for you to do, sweetheart. It's not. That is the man's job. And I will also say never love someone more than you love yourself. Never put too much into the relationship where everything seems like it revolves around that person. Never do that. Continue to remain who you are, as in find things that you like to do, find things that make you happy. And so, for example, like now I find girl time is a must. I don't just be all up under my man. Like it doesn't work that way, because it hurts when you're kind of away from the person because you're always with them. So, have yourself some girl time, have some family time where your significant other is not around. Go shopping, do the girly things. Like, don't revolve just around that one person, because at the end of the day, God knew you before you were in your mother's womb, and God brought you here into this earth. And when it's time for you to leave this earth, that is where God decides that you go. And again, that is alone and not with anyone, not your mother, not your father, and definitely not your significant other. So I definitely just wanted people to know, you know, life happens and it hurts, you know, it hurts, but God is so good. God is so good. And karma is something too. So I'll add that. Karma is something. But God is so good, and God will show you what he has for you. His plan is always better. I thought I knew what was best for me, and it wasn't. God's plan was so much better. I'm so happy right now, you guys. Like, so at peace. Oh my gosh, God is so good. When you just speechless, all you can do is just smile. If y'all only knew what I went through with this person to where I am now. I am a whole new Kiara, okay? But enough about my TED Talk. This was not supposed to be that long. Not too much detail about the old because we in with the new. We in with the new, baby. The new. But this is just an update about Kiara's life, Kiara's love life. I am 30 and I'm praying, you know, to get married soon and have a kid soon. So I'm excited. That's all you guys are gonna know for now until further notice. So enough about Kiara. I love you guys as always. Follow my Instagram, follow my TikTok, and yeah, stay tuned to keep up with Kiara at the age of 30, a pharmacist. Oh, I'm a pharmacist. You left me to go be with a bottle girl. Did y'all hear that? He left me to go be with a bottle girl. Oh. How much does a bottle girl make? Does it last forever? Oh, okay. But I'm a pharmacist. But I make 6 figures. Oh, okay. To each his own. Bye, guys.